Hello, you lovely people. It's been a little bit of a while since we've been here. So we're at the series, and today I thought it'd be an idea that we might start getting some potatoes going. That way we can look at heading towards getting spuds for a spud gun, and obviously then that heads towards the potential for warehouse raiding. That won't happen this episode anyway, the warehouse raiding won't. So we're just going to be kind of looking at the spuds, and I'll show you some of the changes and the tweaks that we've made to the base. There's been a few, a lot of them for the most part you probably won't really recognize that anything's changed. Ultimately, again, for a lot of the stuff you probably won't even care, but I'll just talk you through when we get there what's happened. I kind of feel that we need to upgrade the nibbler. Those who don't know, the nibbler is my stone harvesting vehicle. It's pretty good, it works really nice. The only issue is we have started to find more rocks that are kind of on hills, and there's no ground clearance on the nibbler. It's pretty low, so he's getting caught up, and yeah, it's not really working out too well for us now. He's ran his course, bless him. He's been absolutely fantastic for the little thing that he is, with the 2 drills and his ability to carry 4 resource containers. He's done as well, but I do think that he is due an upgrade to become bigger, as well as the wood collector. That also needs a few tweaks. So in all honesty, I'm not entirely sure which direction this is going to go today. I've just dropped these off at the trader. Yeah, has anybody else's game also started to go a bit crazy with the bearings? I mean, you look at my front wheels. Oh, look at all my wheels. Ooh, bit of a loading spike. But all my wheels on this, especially at the front, it's been starting to go a bit crazy, and there's not really been any rhyme or reason to it. It's only just started to happen the last few days. It can be when there's weight on the trailer, it can be when it's empty, so there's no real kind of pattern to why they do it, but all my tyres on this whole thing have started to just go a bit rubbish. So we'll just head back to base, and I'm going to pick up the nibbler anyway because he's going to be collecting me some resources. There's a few legs lying around that I just need to go and gather, and it'll also help me show you probably one of the first changes to the base that you may or may not notice. I've been watching a lot of other people's stuff, and I kind of feel, in all honesty, with this game, it's all well and good, but having a really big base doesn't really have any benefit to it. The only benefit that a big base has is just somewhere to park all your vehicles, because this thing is all about your creations and your vehicles and stuff. And the size of my base is a bit big for kind of its use, so I'm kind of thinking I can scale it back a bit. The farm itself, I'm still unsure about. I love how kind of secure it is, but ultimately nothing's getting past the fence at the minute. So with nothing getting past the fence, the rest of it, it's just more for aesthetics. But the base itself, you may or may not be able to tell, the wooden structure, we've moved back. It's gone more towards the coast, simply because I just needed more space out the front just to get stuff in to park it. And I haven't moved the fence forward yet, so in a really strange way, it was easier to move the whole base backwards, which might not sound like it makes sense, but genuinely it was just so much easier just to delete a block underneath the base and move it backward. As well as the gate, I've just kind of put a couple of blocks on the gate. If you notice at this end here, there's like more of a U shape, this 2 blocks here and the 2 the other side, simply because you get a haybuck come up to it, and he would hit the fence and the gate would just kind of move to the side. I've added another water pump to the watering system so that we can now go like properly 6 wide in total. I've had another harvesting chest, but at the minute I have not got another planting chest. I'm just not at that point yet where I want kind of really big raids. This is all set up to plant potatoes. We've only got 14 seeds for potatoes, but we'll get them sorted, we'll get them planted. I've sped this up a bit, so it's a little bit quicker. It doesn't plant all the time on the way out, so it should do every other row when it goes properly. But all that means is it gets it on the way back, because obviously the detections work out if there's a plant there or not. So it'll, it won't double plant, but it'll plant where it matters. So that's always helpful. And that's all of the potatoes planted. So yeah, the nibbler. He could do with a bit of an upgrade, bless him. He's kind of hunkered down with a lot of weight. We'll take these off, actually. But yeah, he's looking tired. He's done his job really well. So I want to upgrade him a little bit. But I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about that upgrade, if I'm being honest with you. He needs sort of... doesn't need... I'd like him to have a few more drills, and I'd like him to have a bit more ground clearance. I think the ground clearance will help, but I'm unsure about how to go about my ground clearance, because, okay, if we make him taller, he becomes a little bit top heavy, so therefore we've got to make him wider. So doing that, making him taller and wider, kind of makes him really, really beefy, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. It's not a bad thing to have a beefy thing, it's just I'm more of a kind of a small scale guy. I like my stuff to be, apart from my base, it's massive. But in terms of my vehicles, I like my vehicles to be small. I find them to be a little bit more practical when they're small. I don't know why. Maybe it's just efficiency, I'm not sure. I'm kind of also leaning towards electric engines. I was doing a lot of tests on a little test thing that I have running. And I start to feel that electric engines over controllers, they kind of have a bit more reliability to them. They're a bit quicker at breaking the rock. The controller is obviously free fuel, but the electric engine, I don't know, it just seems to be a little bit more reliable and a little bit quicker. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about base while we're here. So the first thing you might notice, we used to just drive straight into the base, and we used to just drive straight into the refine bots. We no longer drive straight into the resource collectors, but we do have this thing, and I do think that this is kind of funky personally. Got these little bad boys. I don't know, I kind of like it. Not for everybody, sure, but I do kind of enjoy it. I think it's pretty neat. So we can just load these stacks up here. And we don't have to worry about it all kind of being out in their base, looking all exposed. They sneak back inside. And it all closes up and it all goes away. Now, doing it that way has also meant that I've actually got some room. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we can lower all this down in here. So where this wood is on the inside, this is how low that I can bring this down, which will mean that we're going to get all of that room up there. And I'm kind of unsure what to do about it. Either I make it into another little kind of space, or I drop the floor down. And if I drop the floor down, that's all well and good. Just means that we'll just have to kind of change all this up here and drop all this down again. But then I can't necessarily drop the top floor down. So all this will drop down a level. You know, it's almost like this kind of length, this height. So that's good. So it will kind of bring the base down. But then the top floor, which takes us to the top of the farm, this obviously needs to be this kind of height to be in line with the top of the farm. Oh, hello. That's just depending on what we decide to do up here, because ultimately, like I say, because nothing gets through the actual little fence thing, there's no real need to have the farm as big and as swanky as it is. We should close this all up, really. It's going to be a raid inbound. So, you know, do I need a big massive box like that for the farm? Probably not, but I think it looks awesome. So that's just kind of the little tweaks and the changes that have happened. We've got potatoes on the way and they are growing. Why hasn't this closed? That's a very good question. Something's gone wrong and something's glitched through something else. Okay. You gotta love this game. What has happened here? That's how interesting. What has happened there? Something's hit the top or the bottom or something. There we go. Very, very different. Anyway, that's all that fixed up and sorted. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Morning. So overnight I had a thought. I'm not going to bother changing the nibbler. Not yet. I'll save that for a later date. But this time around, have you noticed we don't actually have a vehicle that can get us anywhere without having a purpose? We've got 3 vehicles, literally 3 vehicles. The guy that does all the transporting, the nibbler, and then the little woodcutter. We don't have ourselves a vehicle to get us from A to B. So I thought today we would just make a little vehicle that we can use as a little runaround, and we'll go and explore a warehouse. And I'm not talking about going into the warehouse, and that would be crazy. But I'm just talking about going around the outside and picking up some goodies. You know, just kind of some of the loot that's available. So obviously to do that, we're going to need some potatoes that haven't grown yet because somebody, and I don't want to name any names, but somebody forgot to turn the water on. So they're going to take a little bit longer to grow. But yeah, so we're just going to make us a little vehicle to get us around everywhere. So luckily for us, we do have a couple of spare things because I wanted to use these for the nibbler, but we might as well use them for this instead. And I'm not entirely sure because I don't have any pipes or a lot of pipes at all. So I'm afraid we're going to make this out of tier 2 metal just for safety. And just for laughs, we're going to build it on the roof. Just for something to do. And I need the bearings as well, don't I? I didn't pick up the bearings. No, I did not pick up the bearings. I don't think it's going to be any much of an interesting vehicle. I'm all about the blocks. About the blocks, no trouble. So it's going to be quite square. And I know that annoys a lot of people. And I suppose with it being level 2 metal, it's going to be quite heavy. I'm not entirely sure how much kind of weight and fuel this is going to use. But unfortunately, guys, I've started to really enjoy the tank kind of steering, the glitch steering on the suspension. So again, this is going to be made up of that. I just find that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I prefer it over trying to find some steering wheels, deciding whether you want them front or back. So to have it kind of like a, I don't know how you describe it, like an all-wheel steer, I guess. It's just more fun. Is fun a word that people use these days? I don't know. So we're going to have this kind of an odd number. Yeah. So this will allow us to have our steering glitch underneath. So we need to get us a bearing. So, of course, we'll have 2. Just in case. Because this might be... How have I done that? This might be super heavy. So it'll be easy just to kind of have 2 suspension glitches. And then you put one there and then put one there. And of course, we might be able to squeeze in here. Yes. Ooh, excuse me. And yeah. So now if we put that there, yeah, they both turn green. Awesome. And now we can just seal this off. That should all stop that from turning in. This is going to spin like mad. It spins the wrong way, so that's a good start. There we go. Cool. So, steering and whatnot. Okay, steering and whatnot done. Lovely. I'm going to want somewhere for a chest. At the minute, I only have a little chest free, so we'll take that. But I'll just set this up for the little chest. I don't feel like taking a big one just yet, so we'll get this all set up. And I like to keep this nice and compact if we can. Okay, so we'll put this here. I hate that things are certain odds and evens blocks. It's really annoying. I don't mind. Not much. I hear people go on about beds. I don't have a bed at the minute, in all fairness. I've been using the mechanic shop one. So I think once we've got this built, we'll go grab us some cotton. I think that'll make a lot of sense. If we can get some cotton, then we can make a bed. And then obviously we can use the bed. We can squeeze on here somewhere. And that'll kind of give us a reason to expand the width out a bit more. So we'll put our suspension under here maybe. See how this goes. This is going to look chunky. Yeah, it does. I'll tell you what, let's run this out so it's at least the same all the way around. It's just unfortunate that this is what it is, but unequal lengths kind of mean you've got to deal with what you've dealt with. We'll make this a 6-wheeler actually. I'll change this up. This one here, and then we'll come off of this block. And I think it'll come there. Will it need to go one more? Yeah, we'll come one more block. So we're here. And we'll come out here. This will just mean that when we get a bed, we've got somewhere to kind of put it. We can use this as like a flat bed. You do have to weld them together. Okay. Tops are fine. Tops are fine. I'm a wheel short. How am I a wheel short? That's right. I have forgotten the engine. I'm glad somebody was paying attention. I will sneak the engine at the front. Yeah, I'll sneak the engine at the front. And just do as a little 2x2 here. Maybe something like that. And then he can fit in there. And then we can protect him. Then it also means we've got somewhere for these to come off. And because it's only the single shock, it can go here. And that can go here. And now I need to go find a wheel. I thought I had one more big meaty wheel. I do not. Okay. Hopefully we've got enough stuff we can make one. Yes, we do. Okay, well that's cooking up. How much cotton do we need? I know we need a lot. Ooh, we need like 18 cotton. Okay. Can we build any lights? I want some lights. Yes, we can. Build us some 4 lights. Right. Wheel. Bump up the volume. And then, because we don't need steering, we don't have to worry about it being all too high, too low. We don't need 2 extra blocks. We just need the 1 block for the wheel. We're just going to make this rear wheel drive for now. See how this goes. Eee. Oh, turning's nice. It's not too... I thought it might be a bit too quick and it might be a bit too snappy, but it's actually alright. Okay, cool. We'll just go grab the lights, throw the lights in. We'll have our lights always on. I'm not worried about running it through a switch and inverting it and all that jazz. How many did we make? We made 4, right? I wonder. Maybe you can hold a resource collector as well, and then we won't need to worry too much about what's going on around here. No paint, not a problem. Now, if we just fill up the motor with the gas that we do not have either. We'll go out to the cotton biome, we'll grab some cotton, we'll make a bed. We'll throw the bed in the bed of the truck, so then the bed of the truck is a bed for the bed. And then we will have a look at tickling up a warehouse. So hopefully, I'll get me some cotton while it's night time so you guys don't miss anything. We'll see how it goes. I don't want this super fast. I do need it to actually move forwards though. Wow. One of the problems with this kind of steering. It does roll nice though. When the pressure's on, it really does roll nice. I will just make a tweak and give it like actual steering. Morning! So we've got plenty of cotton. And I tried the steering. So putting wheels on it made a, you know, a little bit kind of better. But it was still a bit wobbly and whatnot. So I just decided to just make the back wider. Go back to the 4-way steering. And it seems to work wonders. And it's really responsive. And it's pretty handy for running down bots. Who knew? Oh no, he's going to take the wheels out. Okay. A little bit unconventional. We'll just park on top of him. And there you go, he eventually breaks. So yeah, I got plenty of cotton, so that's all cool. Maybe just disconnect one of these to you, to be fair. We're still steering pretty quick. So we've got enough cotton for a bed. We only needed 20. We've got 25. And there's so much cotton out there. I didn't realise how much. So we'll get our bed made up. Harvest the potatoes, because I'm guessing they should be ready by now. Yeah, they're ready by now. Awesome. Harvest these. Won't get us too many, but at least we'll get some more potato seeds. So that'll be good. Make our bed. Load up. I mean, we've already got some. These are still what we've been fine laying around. So to have 58 is pretty good. We'll be doing alright with that. We shouldn't need any more than that. But I just want to go to the warehouse. I just want to grab of some of the materials that they got laying around. So, you know, like the yellow pipes and the scrap metal. I think that'll be awesome. It'll give us something to kind of... It'll make things a little less square. Maybe we can use those materials for making the nibbler when he grows up. Just want to see, can I put one of these on the truck? How much would this weigh it down? Mind you, at the same time, the bed's going on there, isn't it? So... Oh, it isn't too bad, to be fair. The steering's a little bit better with only one steering glitch. So that's cool, it's not too wild now, look. A little bit more freedom. Still only 4-wheel drive out of the 6 wheels. Front wheels are still not drive wheels yet. Don't need them to be just yet. I've not found anything that it won't get up just a minute. But that doesn't mean that there won't be. But if we come to a hill that we kind of need the front wheels, then obviously I can just connect them up, it's not a problem. I like how nothing's dropping component kits at the minute. Well, that's something else. With this whole steering glitch thing, when you accelerate, if you notice it lifts the front up, it means I can still steer. Albeit badly, but I can still steer. Whereas if it was steering on the wheels, I'm going to have all sorts of problems due to the weight distribution. And now I've got low ground clearance. That's appalling. There we go. Go get the bed, put it on this. And I think there's a warehouse over there, so we'll go... Yeah, there's a warehouse all the way over there, and it takes a right and it goes down there. Well, there's that one there. We'll have a look for our closest warehouse, and we'll go and investigate. I do like this. It keeps everywhere nice and tidy. Not quite how I wanted it to be, but it was the best that I could do with because I'm on uneven territory. Okay, so any bed that we put on this, we're going to have to attach to the inside here. Else otherwise it's not going to work because we'll be attached to these things. We don't want that. Thinking will be normal. We'll put it flat. Have it this way along. And in fact, could we put our chest here as well? So we can sleep here. Chest there. Oop. And just kind of give us a little bit of a... So then we can get to the sides to sleep, and we can get to the chest at the back, so we can, if we need to sleep. Yeah, okay, cool. Right. So that's all on lockdown, ready to be protected. We've got our ammunition. Right. Warehouse time. Do you think we should just give ourselves a little bit of protection against these tape bots? Gotta be careful where I put this across the top, because it'll throw you out otherwise. Yep, let's go. It's a warehouse over there. Let's go to the... I've not been to the chemicals plant, so we'll head to that chemicals plant over there. See if we can get to this warehouse. See if it's which way around it is. I think, because I know there's water. I thought there's water a bit further out, but we might be alright. Yeah, so this road brings us round from our base. We drove all the way out to our base and took a left. The chemical plant. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this warehouse is pretty close. So we're only going for resources that are outside. And we're fully armed with our spud gun. And we've got some spuds. And we know that there's going to be tape bots here. So let's not get too crazy. So, do we do this? We don't need to see where we're going. It's not very realistic, but it'll protect our face. Should we full send it? Mr. Tape. Oh, there's one there. Right, these are the things that we've come for. These yellow pillars. This yellow pipe work. I don't crush him. Oh boy, that's interesting. That's really not cool. What a great time for it to lag. What a great time for it to lag. chances of getting shot by a tape bot. And I'm going to get hungry. And we've got no fruit. Okay, so we'll just put all this stuff in the inventory. Right, let's go. Yeah, we are hungry. Awesome. Okay, these things don't stack, do they? Can maybe weld this or something. That'd be a bit chunky. Oh wow, this is going to fill this chest so fast. Okay, like so fast. I mean, I knew they didn't stack, but I didn't think they were going to be that ridiculous. It's pretty quiet in terms of tape. Oh my god. We needed food and it's actually given us component kits. We shouldn't moan about that. Component kits are always difficult to come by, but come on, man. The one time food would have been much better beneficial for us. Well, we've got a lot of scrap and I can carry a few more things in my inventory. So now we're going to hightail it out here because we have no food. We don't want to die. I mean, we'll die here, that's not a problem, but it'd be nice if we could actually live a little bit. This is a lot smoother to dive now. Turn the engine down a little bit. So I'll just bomb back to base. I'll unload. I'll sort out as a big chest. We'll get a big chest and we'll come back in the morning. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more of a fight to be had. Morning. So brief little update. I got back to base and I put the pipe kind of just up there. Just keep it out of the chests, out of the way, because I didn't want it to take up inventory room. And for some reason, the game has started to go really, really laggy when I'm up there. And the only difference I did is I put that pipe up there. So I'm not sure what that's all about. So yeah, we'll go back to the warehouse and see if we can't pick anything else up. Randomly one of my wheel sides fell off, and just looking at it, I've somehow welded it back one block too short. But that doesn't matter, we're still moving forwards. So I can live with that. So we'll get back to this warehouse and hopefully we'll get in a bit more of a scrap. I think I'm only going to go for the scrap blocks. It's a bit better build material. Out of that one roof that we took down before, we got 11. What? We got 11 blocks of 256 kind of scrap metal. So that was pretty tasty. Beep beep. Easy tiger. Right. Keep your eyes and your ears peeled, folks. I can hear one. 100% I can hear one. Now we're here. Just nick all of this. It's when you to fall. Not helpful to be looking up knowing that there could be a tape bot at any moment. Just poke his head around the corner. Now all of this. Oh, that's going to come falling back through from the sky then. There we go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Right, so that's made this easy to get to. What's the plan with all the scrap metal? No idea yet. It just means that I've got some materials that I haven't had to go out and spend hours resourcing. Let's go looking for some tape bots. Back all this up. I'm happy with 2 roofs. That might only give me 10. Okay. 2 more here. That's cool. A couple of pallets. They might come in handy. Big surface area. 2 tape bots. Hello, boys. Stuck on the greenie. I can't get off the greenie. Be nice if he just blew up. How does it not kill this guy? Seriously. Okay, so we're going to run, we're going to turn around, we're going to get out, we're going to arm ourselves. Come on, that's hitting. There we go. Where was the other guy gone? Whee! Okay, cool. We can take the pallets. We'll take these as well, and it means that we can kind of start to get less square stuff, which will be nice. How much of a bend is that? Do you think you could use that as like a monorail piece? Think the bend's too sharp, or do you think it'll be doable? What's the respawn like in a warehouse? Do you think it's smart or wise to kind of have a farm around a warehouse? I mean, in theory it'd be nice and secure, right? Because the buildings, these things can't get broken. Okay. Greeny. Any more bots? Not down that way. One over there. One even further away in the distance. I don't know. Right, we'll get the car. We'll bring it down here. Yes. Thought I saw something. I think if we bring the pallets, we can use the pallets as a bed for a truck or something. That'll be nice. Got to be something in this though, isn't there? Surely something of goodness. Batteries. Okay. Tape bot. 2 tape bots. What's that hitting? They're hitting that curve. Oh, sugar. The greenie. I don't mind greenies. They're not too deadly. Let's go. He's mad. Dead. That's okay. So with all these extras that we're getting, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable that we'll be able to expand the farm. And then obviously, sooner or later, we'll go big red hunting so we can get warehouse keys. And then we'll eventually get in the warehouse. I'm not going to lie, I kind of forgot that you needed to get a warehouse key to get in the warehouse. I was just going to go get spud gun, get all that. And then, yeah, basically go into the warehouse and kind of go raiding in there. But that's going to be a little bit more difficult now, just because we need the warehouse key. Take all these. Yeah, then we can make like a proper truck now. Have a decent bed for the truck. And be able to transport stuff in a more proper looking vehicle, I guess. Might leave that for next episode, but for now, thanks for watching. It's been a bit of a stodgy one. I appreciate that. Kind of out of the swing of things with the series is at the minute. But thanks for your time, guys, and I hope to see you again in the next scrap mechanic, whatever it may be. In a bit, guys. Bye for now.